Our new lesson in math is about multiplication or multiply. Let's start with this question. What is multiplication in math? We have a definition. Multiply means to add equal groups. The two factors and the products are part of a multiplication problem. Example, 6 times 9 equal to 54. 6 and 9 are factors. This is the factor 1 and factor 2. The factor 1 is telling you how many times you are going to add factor 2 in order to get this result or product. Again, the part of multiplications are factor, factor, and product. The number 6 and 9 are the factors, and the number 54 is the product. So girls, let's get started. Right now, we are going to use one of the three strategies that we are going to be using this week to identify the product of a multiplication equation or set. This strategy that we are going to be working with or using is going to be equal groups. Equal groups. Okay, we have here our problem. Let's read the question and then let's try to find an answer to this. Which number sentence shows the number of used boxes in the drawing? Equal groups. We have to identify how many equal groups you see here so far. Okay, say equal groups. We are going to be using equal groups to identify or to get the product for this equation or identify what kind of equation or multiplication sentence is this. It says here in the yellow tag, how many equal groups are there? We have the first group, we're gonna circle it. The second group, you have to see that all of them have the same amount of used boxes inside of it. And the third group, okay? First question, how many equal groups are there? There are 3 equal groups. This will be our answer to this. 3 group of. How many, our second question, how many used boxes are there in each group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say if we have 6 in this group as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have the same amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 boxes. We have 3 group of 6 boxes. Now we are going to count how many used boxes are there in each group. We have here 6 in the second one and 6 in the third one. We have to find a total, which is going to be our products. For this, we are going to use addition. Let me erase these 3 from here to avoid any confusion. Okay, so we have here 3 group of 6. We are going to add 6 plus 6 is equal to 12. Sorry about my 2. Plus 6 more, we have to count 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's equal to 18. So the multiplication equation we have here is 3 times, which is the group, we represent the times, 3 times 6 is going to be equal to 18. Now let's find out our answer here. A, B, C, or D. Let me move this tag up. Okay, we have here A, 1 times 6, B, 2 times 3, C, 3 times 3, D, 3 times 6. Our correct answer is D. This is a group of 3 and 6 in each group. This is the way how we use equal group as a strategy to identify or to get the product to a multiplication equation. Okay, let's use our second strategy to multiply. In this case, we are going to use arrays to multiply and find that product. One of the important keywords to use or to identify when you are doing multiplication with arrays is to use the word row or rows. Okay, so rows goes from left to right or from right to left. Okay, it depends on how you want to say it, but it goes from this point to this point. Those are rows. From left to right are these lines that go from one side to the other side. They don't go up and down. Those are columns, but these are rows. They go from this point left to the right. left to the right. Okay, in this equation we have here, we have this amount of tigers you see here. We are going to identify how many rows we have here, okay, or how many arrays we have here. Okay, I'm gonna use my highlighter to identify to mark how many rows we have. We have the row 1, row 2, and row 3. So then in this equation, or in these images, we have 3 rows. Okay, then now we are going to identify how many animals or tigers we see in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So far in these 3 rows we have 4 little tigers in each one. So we have an array of 3 rows of 4 tigers. That will be the same as saying 3 times 4. We have to count all of them to find the product. Remember, the product is the answer to multiplication. We are looking for the product. This is what we are looking for here, the product. The product is the response, is the answer to a multiplication equation. So we count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 3 times 4 is equal to 12. So we write again the equation, 3 times 4 equal to 12. We use our second strategy, using arrays through rows to identify or to get the product to a multiplication equation. Okay, our third and last strategy to find the product of a multiplication is called repeated addition. As we talked about it before at the very beginning, addition is very important equation when you are finding the product or when you are multiplying. One of the most important things to consider is to count and write the numbers of items, dots, in each group and add, then write the equation. So in this case, we're not going to count items, but we know we have dots. Okay, I'm gonna write down how many dots are there into each group. If we talk about group, we have only 3 groups, but how many items or dots are there in each group? We have 4. So we use the numbers 4 plus 4 plus 4 is going to be equal to 12. If we write down the equation, we have 3 groups. We have 1, 2, 3. That will be group 1, group 2, and group 3. That's why we have 3 groups. That will be 3 times how many dots in each group? 4. 3 times 4 is going to be equal to 12. This is how we use repeated addition to find the product of a multiplication. You are free to use any of the strategies discussed so far in this lesson to identify, find, and write the product of multiplication. You can use either equal groups, you can use arrays, you can use repeated addition. In any of this strategy, you are going to find the product, and the product will not change. It will be the same product through all of them. This is one of the important things that happens in math. No matter which strategy you are using, but you are going to be finding, or you will get to the same point. Let's practice now. I will help you through this strategy, which is repeated addition. Solve the 2 equations you see there through those dots. In the first group, you have highlighted. This will be the first equation you have to be working on using repeated addition, and this one as well. I will give you a couple of minutes to solve this. Don't forget to write the equation and the product. You can pause the video and then try to work on this problem. Let's solve it together. And the first equation we have here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be 5 groups. And how many we have in each group? We have 2. That'll be the equation 5 times 2. Okay, we count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 5 times 2 is equal to 10. If we apply repeated addition, that will be 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Let me write a plus sign here, or symbol. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's why 5 times 2 is 10. Now the second equation. We have 1, 2, 3. How many dots we have in each group? we have 5 plus 5 plus 5. Sorry for the limited space I have here. Well, the equation will be that will be 3 groups of 5, and 3 times 5 is equal to 5, 10, 15. That will be equal to 15. There you go. Let's multiply using arrays. You can see here this group of lions. Arrays, as you can remember, goes from left to right or from right to left. They go from this point to this point, from this point to this point. What do you have to do first? You have to identify how many rows you see here. This is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. So we have here in this array we have 4 rows. How many lions are there in each row? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the rows, or each row has 6 lions, so 4 rows of 6 lions. If you add all these 4 rows we have here, 6 plus 6 is equal to 12. 12 plus 6 is equal to 18. 18 plus 6 is equal to 24. You are counting by 6, so 4 rows of 6 lions is equal to 24. Now let's write down here our equation. 4 times 6 equal to 24. Is finding the product using equal groups. Let's read this word problem. There are 5 clowns at the circus. Each clown is holding 6 balloons. Which number sentence correctly represents how many balloons there are in all? Say 5 clowns. I cannot draw 5 clowns, but I can interpret those 5 clowns as 5 groups. That will be group 1, group 2, group 3. That will be other clown 3, clown 4, and clown 5, or also group 5. It says each clown or each group has 6 balloons. I can write 6 here, 6, 6, 6, and 6. Now equal group, how many equal group we have here? We have 5 equal groups, 5. Now we're going to use times to identify or to find the product. How many balloons in each group or each clown is holding? 6. How am I going to find the product? I'm going to just add 6 plus 6 is equal to 12. 12 plus 6 is equal to 18. 18 plus 6 is equal to 24. 24 plus 6 more is equal to 30. So 5 times 6 is equal to 30. So the 5 clowns are holding 30 balloons in all. What is the equation? A, B, C, and D. 5 times 6 is B. Use different strategies studied so far in this lesson to find a product to these exercises.